Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, Governor Ron DeSantis signed off Florida's 17th execution this year. Officials say the order moves the state one step closer to carrying out the death penalty.
Because it can be a very highly contagious pathogen that we are being extra cautious.
Plus, an outbreak that has forced the Marion County Animal Shelter to close temporarily. Officials say it's a precaution while they work to contain the infection.
And a local farmers market is getting a futuristic upgrade. Coming up, we'll show you how they're producing their own energy and growing fresh produce. First at 5.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
The state of Florida is scheduled to execute its 17th person in 2025. In just the last 2 months, the state has already used a lethal injection on 2 people at the state prison. With DeSantis signing a new order today, Florida has doubled its execution record with the upcoming death of Richard Barry Randolph. Welcome to WUFT's First at 5. I'm Juan Chaoui.
And I'm Carolina Tortorelli. Randolph was convicted of raping and fatally beating his former manager in 1989. Today, he is scheduled to be put to death in November. Attorneys are expected to file appeals to the Florida Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court. DeSantis signed the death warrant a week before the October 28th scheduled execution of Norman Merle Grimm Jr. Nationwide in 2025, 39 people have been executed in the United States. Alabama, Arizona, Texas, and South Carolina are a few of the other states that have over 1 executed person this year. Florida continues to lead the way with the 17th warrants signed by DeSantis.
The Marion County Animal Shelter is working to stop the spread of a deadly infection after 1 dog has been confirmed with a case of strep zoo. The sickness is a bacteria that can cause a severe respiratory infection in dogs. WUFT's Lloyd is live in the studio to tell us what the next steps are for the shelter.
The shelter is moving quickly, as I just learned a few hours ago that the infected dog has died. Streptococcus zooepidemicus, or strep zoo, is a bacteria that appears in the kennels and animal shelters. It is highly contagious, and according to the press release, shelter leaders are implementing aggressive treatment protocols. They include closing of Kennel B to visitors or volunteers for a minimum of 3 days. All dogs in the kennel are being monitored for exposure or illness. The 71 dogs housed in the kennel are now receiving an antibiotic. Other kennels at the shelter are open, but the animals are being watched for potential symptoms. Veterinarian Dr. Amy Davis explains why it is important to shut down the kennel.
Because it can be a very highly contagious pathogen that we are being extra cautious.
Animal Services is working with the University of Florida's shelter medicine team. Representatives say dogs typically respond well to the antibiotics. Shelter leaders say even the community can help mitigate the potential cases. They can do that of adopting or fostering, delaying non-intake, or donating supplies like blankets, towels, or beds. As of now, the shelter is asked for no visitors to stop by. Live in the studio, Lloyd, WUFT News.
Florida Attorney General James Uffmeyer is continuing to crack down on Alachua County educators. This time, he's calling out an elementary school teacher he says is violating Florida law and the school district's own policy. In a scathing letter addressed to the superintendent, Dr. Camilla Patton, and the school board, Uffmeyer addresses a complaint about an unnamed Talbot Elementary School teacher. He says in the complaint the teacher is forcing students and colleagues to address her with the prefix mix, a gender-neutral term instead of miss or Mrs. He says this is a made-up term describing an individual who does not wish to identify her gender. Its usage is unfit for a Florida educational setting, and Florida schools aren't affirmation labs for confused adults. Earlier this month, he attended an ACPS board meeting and blasted members. You may remember the GHS teacher on administrative leave after giving a student a dictator award, and school board member Tina Certain faced backlash for posting controversial comments in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death. WUFT just heard back from ACPS spokesperson Jackie Johnson. She says the teacher has been placed on administrative leave.
Well, there has been lots of sunshine so far today with hardly a cloud in sight. Overall, you could say this weather is picture perfect for fall. Our UF forecaster Matthew Clark is here to tell us just how nice it is out there as we head into the evening.
It's gotten a little bit warm out there today, but overall it has been just a gorgeous day out there. Low humidity, lots of sunshine, and that's from a cold front that moved its way through overnight. You probably didn't notice it. There really was not any rain associated with this front. Currently, it's situated along the I-4 corridor and going to just continue to sink south, and we're really going to feel that cold weather as we head into tomorrow morning. Right now, it is 84 degrees, a little bit warm out there, but very dry, like I said. Not a cloud in sight overlooking the campus cam. As we head into the rest of tonight, though, we're going to be in the 60s, the low 60s, even as we head in towards midnight, and then waking up tomorrow morning. Definitely going to need a jacket if you're heading out and about early tomorrow morning. 52 in Gainesville tomorrow morning. Could even see some 40s up in the Swanee River Valley, so it's going to be pretty chilly waking up tomorrow morning. In the tropics, we do still have Tropical Storm Melissa with winds of 50 miles per hour. Coming up in just a few short minutes, though, I'll have the latest on Melissa and just the beautiful weather that's going to stick around as we head into this weekend.
Thank you, Matthew. The head of Grace Marketplace is urging Gainesville neighbors to support the sale of the shelter from the city to the organization. Tomorrow, commissioners vote on the transfer of ownership. In a statement, Grace Marketplace CEO Darius Williams said owning the property will allow them to become eligible for new grants to increase shelter, outreach, and housing solutions. The city is expected to transfer the land for a cost of $1, and the meeting starts at 1 p.m.
Local farm service agencies might receive federal funding from the United States Department of Agriculture after 3 weeks of being in a government shutdown. The USDA said each farm service agency will have 2 workers as they plan to reopen 2,100 offices across the country, even though federal workers are not getting paid during the shutdown. The reopening will provide $3 billion in aid to help farmers. The money will come from the Commodity Credit Corporation, an agency within the USDA.
Florida Lieutenant Jake Collins will be speaking to the students at the University of Florida today in the Rice Union Senate chamber. The UF Turning Point chapter is having Lieutenant Collins come in as its first event since Charlie Kirk's tribute. The event is set for 8 p.m.
Marion County, you can expect more tourism and 2 new turfs after a $1 million investment from a local organization. At this week's commission meeting, members recognized Advent Health Ocala for the donation to the Rotary Sportsplex synthetic turf project. Officials say this means tripling playable hours and supporting 58 youth teams per tournament weekend. Officials estimate the project will bring $1.4 million in visitor spending and over $25,000 in tourist development tax revenue annually.
Officials are investigating a fatal crash in Putnam County that left a pedestrian dead. Troopers say a 41-year-old man was hit while crossing State 20 Road near Moats Road around 3:30 in the morning. The driver and 11-year-old passenger were both transported to the hospital with minor injuries.
Drivers be warned, the 30-day speed warning period for school zones is now over in Williston. Speeding violations will now receive a $100 fine during active school zone hours. The area is near Williston Elementary and Williston Middle and High School. Automated speed cameras were installed late September to prepare drivers for the speeding active enforcement. Alachua County leaders teamed up with faith groups to honor the members of the community who died without a proper burial.
Paul Jones, William West.
Dozens gathered at Evergreen Cemetery this afternoon for the Honoring the Departed memorial service. Church leaders and county officials held the service for 33 people who died without getting one of their own. Pastors offered prayers before speeches from county and Gainesville leaders.
We don't know, I don't know the names on the list. Some of you may. But we do know that they were part of this community. We know that they impacted lives in this community, that they were as important to this community as any one of us standing here today.
Florida law says counties have to bury residents who die without a proper burial or service. But Alachua County leaders took the initiative to bring people together to honor community members who otherwise could have been forgotten.
And commissioners in Alachua County are working to ensure roads are safe for all travelers. In a special meeting Tuesday, they reviewed their comprehensive and evaluation plan. The plan addresses 4 areas with a focus on transportation mobility. And in that area, commissioners are focused on the goal of establishing a system that allows drivers, pedestrians, bicyclists, and even flyers the ability to move freely and safely. Right now, amendments to the plan are being reviewed, and another special meeting is scheduled for December 2nd.
Carolina, we've heard of farm to table, but what about farm to tech?
That's right, a local farmers market is joining a solar-powered city built around innovation and sustainable living.
We offered it up, and it's a really good fit because it does fit into the sustainable concepts that we really bring, to life and really believe in and really implement.
We'll take a look into how they're producing their own energy after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
A local farmers market is planting itself in a whole new kind of community.
That's right, San Velasco Tech City is more than just fresh produce. Here's WFT's Orianna Torre with a look into how they're producing their own energy and becoming more sustainable. Below those solar panels is the new location of the long-standing Alachua County Farmers Market. It's set to open in January. Some farmers say they will miss the traditional old spot that stood tall for almost 40 years. But the future awaits for them right here.
Farm to table is that's a cornerstone element to sustainable living. And so we want to really be a team player on that.
A futuristic development in Alachua City welcomes the county's farmers market after almost 40 years of operation on Northwest 13th Street. San Velasco Tech City is the brainchild of Mitch Glazer.
We've become the fastest growing tech community in the state of Florida.
In January, the farmers market is set to be a part of the city that focuses on technology and innovation.
We started developing ideas like employing solar trees
and using solar energy to run the community.
We're a community resource, so we offered this to them. We're not charging them anything.
The decision to move the market comes after county commissioners didn't renew the current lease back in March. This to make room for a new fire training facility. Earlier this month, leaders at the farmers market announced the location change.
It's very bittersweet.
Some farmers fear the change will lead to fewer customers.
We're just trying to keep a positive attitude about it.
Others remain hopeful.
Either temporarily or permanently, then we want to be that community resource.
Velasco Tech City is a 6-year-old development, and its owner is excited to have not only farmers but customers. He say this will allow him to keep spending a sustainable future. Live from San Velasco Tech City, Orianna Torre, WUFT News.
Tropical storm Melissa is currently parked in the Caribbean, hardly moving at all. I'll have your latest update on Melissa and what we can expect as we head into this weekend across North Central Florida after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Well, you can expect higher mosquito activity levels as this region moves towards the cooler months. The University of Florida reports that drought and late season rain are creating mixed conditions across the state. In dry areas, mosquitoes and their animal hosts are clustering near water sources, which can increase virus transmission. However, UF scientists say the overall risk for mosquito-borne diseases is now low as Florida's transmission season winds down. And guys, I have to say, as the mosquito season is ending and the mosquitoes are no longer bugging us, the weather's pretty close to perfect.
That's what you did there.
Yeah,
Bugging?
Good point.
Mosquito?
No longer bugging. But anyway, this sunny weather is perfect
It is.
for just like outdoor activities. Matthew, welcome back. Tell us a bit about that.
Hey, it's definitely a great evening to get outside and just enjoy an outdoor dinner. And even as we head into tomorrow and into this weekend, just gorgeous weather. And because of that is because of a cold front that has sunk its way further down to the south, kind of draped along the I-4 corridor. At this hour, you probably did not even notice it move its way through, as it moved its way through overnight and did not really bring even any rain with it. Increased the cloud coverage just a little bit, but it was a silent front, moved its way through and cleared us out entirely. And overlooking the campus cam, it is just picture clear, perfect skies out there, not even a cloud in sight, just blue skies overhead. Going to be a gorgeous sunset out there. Still 84 degrees, so it is still a little bit warm, but it is dry. So that helps with the humidity levels as we head into the rest of this evening. Temperatures elsewhere, we're sitting 83 in Bronson, 83 in Ocala, into the lower 80s across the Swanee River Valley. Pretty much 80s across the board, except for our friends off in the East Coast. Waking up tomorrow morning, though, it's going to be pretty chilly out there as we head out and about early out there. Waking up 52 degrees in Gainesville, even reaching the 40s in the Swanee River Valley, 45 possibly in Live Oak, 56 in Ocala. And then we're going to be heating up into the 80s again. So that's almost a 30-degree temperature swing. So jackets in the morning, short sleeves in the afternoon, a little bit bipolar weather out there. But still, chilly morning and clear, lots of sunshine and some breezy winds out there for tomorrow. And then Friday morning, it's going to be another chilly morning again, 54 in Gainesville, still reaching the 40s up to our north and 55 in Ocala. So the next couple mornings are going to be chilly. The next couple of afternoons are going to be a little bit warmer, still reaching the 80s out there. Lots of sunshine though, 81 in Gainesville, 80 in Lake City, and 81 in Ocala for our Friday afternoon highs. And then this weekend, it's going to be another gorgeous weekend out there. Saturday, lots of sun. We do have a 30% chance of rain on Sunday with highs reaching 82, but this chance of rain on Sunday is likely going to be in the evening as we head into Monday morning. So it's going to be lots of sunshine out there as you're heading out and about this weekend. Just overall beautiful weather to get out and about this weekend and enjoying some fall-like activities. And the reason is all of this dry air, which is behind this cold front. So as this cold front clears our area, all of this dry air is going to sink and take its place. This is Friday afternoon, lots of dry air in our area. And then another front is going to start to move its way in towards our area, which is going to start to pull tropical moisture up into our area as we head into Sunday afternoon. And then Sunday evening is when those rain chances are going to increase as we head into Monday morning. Checking in on the tropics, we do have Tropical Storm Melissa, which is parked in the Caribbean, moving at only 2 miles per hour. This loop is over the last 12 hours. And it has not moved at all. It is battling lots of wind shear. The center of the storm is currently well to the west of where all the thunderstorm activity is, with max winds of 50 miles per hour. It is expected to rapidly intensify as this cone, or I should say circle, starts to slowly drift to the west. Now there still is lots of model uncertainty on when it eventually moves out of the Caribbean and into the Atlantic, but regardless, most models are suggesting it moves to the northeast, but still lots of potentially life-threatening flooding for portions of Hispaniola and Jamaica. So even though we're spared here in Florida, Hispaniola and Jamaica are going to have to watch after this system very closely. But back here at home, 7-day forecast, lots of sunshine. Best chance of rain is Sunday night into Monday morning, and lots of 80s and waking up in the 50s as we head into the next couple of days.
Thank you, Matthew. Governor Ron DeSantis says the invasive Burmese python removal has tripled compared to last year. In a press conference Tuesday from Stewart, DeSantis took time to announce achievements in the efforts being made towards Everglades restoration.
And this past year, we were proud to further our ongoing investment in python removal efforts by securing $2 million in the annual budget for FWC to remove pythons from the Everglades.
The governor reminded people that the FWC encourages the removal and humanely killing of pythons from private lands at any time.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Hannah Getman. We start sports with some breaking news. Gators baseball head coach Kevin O'Sullivan is taking a leave of absence from the team to address some personal issues. The university announcing Chuck Girolamo will take over the team on an interim basis. O'Sullivan is expected to return later this fall. The Gators open their fall ball schedule next week against Jacksonville. After a chaotic weekend, Florida football now has a fresh face at the helm. Despite the outside noise, interim head coach Billy Gonzalez says the team is keeping their focus within.
They're an extremely talented group of players that are hungry to get back on the football field, and that's what we're focusing on right now. We're focusing on us. We're focusing on the team. We're focusing on getting better.
With a bye week on the horizon, the Gators have time to regroup, but that's about all the rest they'll get with the gauntlet ahead. 3 of the Gators' last 5 games are against top 25 opponents. They'll start with a matchup against number 5 Georgia in Jacksonville on November 1st. Speaking of gauntlets, Florida volleyball hasn't had it much easier than their gridiron counterparts. After back-to-back top 25 road matchups, they return home tonight to host SEC foe Oklahoma. And head coach Ryan Dice says the Sooners are not to be overlooked.
They run it fast, as fast as Auburn. So I would, from what I have seen so far, Oklahoma and Auburn probably run it the fastest in the league.
The Sooners come to Gainesville on a 3-match skid with their last 2 losses against top 10 SEC teams. They sit 6th in the conference, just 1 game back from the Gators. Florida will try to defend its home turf and league standing tonight at 7. And the action on the court doesn't end with the Gators. High school volleyball is serving up some big matchups for the regional quarterfinals beginning tonight. Gainesville, Santa Fe, and Buchholz are all hosting tonight. The number 2 seeded Hurricanes welcome number 7 Jensen Beach for a 5A matchup at 6 p.m. Santa Fe also locked up a number 2 seed in 4A. They'll take on number 7 Titusville. And the 6A Buchholz Bobcats are the 3 seed and face number 6 Lake Howell. First serve in both those games is at 7. Florida women's golf is wrapping things up on the green right now. The Gators are currently in a battle with Arkansas for the top spot at the Alley in Mississippi. Florida entered today's final round leading by a stroke, but the top spot is still up for grabs and Arkansas is not going down without a fight. Sophomore Addison Klinowski and freshman Caitlin Huber lead the Gators in 6th. 5 Gators are in the top 15 on the individual leaderboard. We'll see if the Gators can hang on as the round winds down. Finally, Florida men's basketball has been ranked 3rd in USA Today's coaches poll behind Houston and Purdue. That's it for sports. We'll have a final look at weather after the break.
Welcome back. We have gorgeous weather to end this work week as we head into this weekend. Another front is going to be approaching our area as we head into Sunday night into Monday morning. That's the 30% and the 40% rain chances on Sunday and Monday. But then after that, we have more sunshine on Tuesday, and you may notice 40% chance of rain on Wednesday. We're going to be tracking another front as we head in towards next week, which is going to cool us down for Halloween, but that is still over a week away. But for now, we're going to be enjoying the fall-like weather here in North Central Florida.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and our social media platforms. Have a good night.